Hi Libra Moons, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine from here at 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Libra, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a Celtic spread. The significator card is going to be the High Priestess. I actually did shuffle this for you. Initially, I channeled the Queen of Wands. And then that Queen of Wands kind of sat in that same energy for a couple of hours. Maybe not even. I'd say maybe... why does it seem longer? It wasn't even that long. I would say maybe 30 minutes now that I think about it. It just seemed like it was longer. But as I got closer to doing your reading, I noticed, and I'll show you here, because this is on, the Queen of Wands is on the cover of this here too, and that could be significant as far as being on the cover of something. But what I did notice is that this Queen is reaching. And I got it as being like combative or wanting to claim something or trying to manifest something that's no longer there. And so I picked that up, and then also maybe trying to be someone or be in a position that they're not supposed to be in. So then I was guided to change that, and the next energy that I picked up was the Death card. But then I felt like that was more of a redundant energy and a cycle really being put to an end that needed to end. If it hasn't ended, something has already ended. So I did pick that up, and then the next card I picked up was this High Priestess from this particular deck. And then I also got, once I put this here, I just picked up that, someone didn't want this to be completely about them. But then I ended up shuffling for your reading and just asked for Libra Moon. And I asked for high vibrational energy, for a high vibrational card to come through. And this was the card that came through. In this way, in the upright. And so I laughed after this came out because this is the card that should have been there anyway. But we like this card here too because it's smaller. The cards will fit on here a little bit better. And I also feel like this speaks to some kind of transformative energy and better, change for the better here when it comes to the High Priestess that is also here too, this being the same person. I do see the expressions also being a little different. Energy facing towards the past. High Priestess energy could be giving farewell to someone or receiving something from someone from their past. I do see mountains also in the background and reflection, where that could be significant. I'm getting it being tied to masculine energy, possibly a Hierophant energy. The veil being lifted, and what's behind the veil. And I did kind of get that for, what reading was that? It was like a Beyond the Veil energy for not the last reading. I believe it was the reading before the last one, which would have been Leo, maybe Cancer. We do have strong Cancerian energy here with the two High Priestess energies here, and I do see 1111 here also too. With this energy overall, I did get this being an actual energy of a feminine, speaking to a higher spiritual conduit energy. And then I do see 1111 here connected to portal energy, and then that just takes me back to union and then possible connective energy with the veil being lifted to the Hierophant energy that I'm getting associated with the mountains. I do see a home here too. Maybe a home, it could be a resort or like a retreat or a hotel or something like that. But take what resonates. What I'm also getting to is that Queen of Wands may have associated themselves as a High Priestess, and that also being why there's different energy that's here. And why this High Priestess may look a little melancholy in this card here. Connected to past energy. Where I'm getting, like I see two pillar energies here, where I get 1111 actually all together in this card here. and what was maybe perpetrated with this deck association and the Queen of Wands energy that I got. Where was it? We put her on the other side there. Being here. And then I got to flip this over from here where there's an Ace of Wands energy here. And I feel this may be an attachment of some sort with very sexual energy. And I'm getting like out of control. A lot of fire association. Imbalanced energy. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this card. We'll put this back. And when I put this card in the box here, what's this? Seven of Pentacles. Getting role reversal. Tables turning. And so this is how this was here, where I feel this is about that veil energy and the truth being seen about something connected to all of this. So let's get to your cards here. I'm going to shuffle this again to get the energy more from here. You have a channel title here, Blessed and Highly Favored, which is a song I've kind of been speaking on a little bit more lately. I'll leave the link for that song in the description box. It's sung by the Clark sisters. So then after we get your Celtic spread here with your significator card, we'll get a major arcana and then a card from the Judgment Day tarot deck that I created here that has the lunar phasers and astrological zodiac signs. So let's get clarifying energy for your first card of the High Priestess here. Alright, so we'll get a clarifying card for the High Priestess energy. I was also going to say too, I feel this may also be listening to intuition when it comes to the masculine. Okay, so clarifying will be the Lovers, very special. Okay, and what I'm seeing here, if we put this here, what's all here? So with the role reversals, I do see masculine energy. I feel with that veil lifted, it's about discovery of a masculine energy who may have been connected to the feminine energy that came through as the manipulative energy, where this masculine may have thought that this energy here was the actual High Priestess that they were destined to be with, and that not being so. That masculine making a choice here too. And then notice the triangles that are on this feminine where I mentioned all that fire. The symbol of fire is going to be the triangle energy, alchemic symbols, and they wear it on their head. So I do get that being a part of the crown energy, manipulation, connected to the mind. And then past energy that I got from the High Priestess is being about this masculine putting this High Priestess behind them. And then strong sexual energy I see here that's kind of surrounding this whole entire card. This is a card of Gemini. And I get this, as special as this was going to be with this energy associated with the High Priestess, I do get low vibration connected to this. And then I even see like the garment here that's supposed to be covering the masculine, this being like the inner workings of their heart chakra, or not heart chakra, but their chakras leading up to the heart chakra. But all of this is covering everything to the throat chakra right before the third eye. So maybe this being about that manipulation, but then also the third eye being completely covered and closed. And so with the veil being lifted, this may be about an opening of the third eye here for the masculine connected to, which I get this being a Hierophant energy. 6 energy here is more about 6 of Cups and karmics, making a choice versus making a choice towards karmic energy associated with manipulative fire is what I'm seeing here. And then also chakra work needing to be done, and third eye energy. Upper chakras being completely closed, and all of this being covered with that sexual energy. So a lot of that fire meeting with fire here. This is a whole lot of fire. I know what's that saying, play with fire, you're bound to get burned. And so I see this connection, karmic energy, being associated with shadow work and needing to balance out chakra energy, because it's covering the entire, almost the entire body of this person, this masculine / hierophant energy here. Sixes are also sixth house energy of Virgo. 2 energy will be Taurus here too with the High Priestess. But what I get here in this card, it may be Hermit energy, Virgo energy associated. But I do see the Hierophant with the 5 energy here, and then the 1 energy being a possible strong Aries energy. And that's speaking to both energies here in this card, and the amount of fire that was coming through for both energies with the triangles and then the lower chakras. Alright, so then let's see what crosses this energy. Ace of Cups. I actually get this being another person who may be selfish, and then the sun shining on this person, this being a water sign. Who may be a little bit over involved in something. Surrounding themselves with women energy is also what I see here. And then strong triangle energy will also be here with the fire association there too. So this being another energy, it could be a masculine or a feminine energy. But there being illumination, or what I'm getting to, this may not even be a person, this just be being about illumination on a situation connected to love. And an Ace of Cup that's due to take place here. Aces being about nothing from the past. A love triangle. There's a lot of triangles. That might even be the title, connected to blessed and highly favored here. Let's see what crowns this. I'm going to try to make this as... Let's see, let's scoot this up a little bit. 5 of Rods. This is the combative energy. I do get this being that Queen of Wands energy, with the amount of fire associated with all of this. This could be competition. 5 of Swords energy, doing what it takes to win at all costs, but no one's really winning. No one wins in a 5 of Swords situation. So with that 5, I do get that. And then the 5 also being connected to contract energy associated with the Hierophant. Okay, and then let's see what's beneath. King of Rods. So this being the counterpart energy to that Queen of Rod. But what I'm getting here is this may be King of Rod associated with the High Priestess and what they're putting behind them. And then this also being connected to the fire associated with the Hierophant, having a fire connection here too. So the King of Rod applying to the High Priestess, this energy being beneath them. Possibly why this High Priestess may be in the card all by themselves, as they're due to be in contract with a masculine who's over here with the Queen of Wands pretending to be a High Priestess. Alright, let's see what's behind. We have the Moon. This being secrets. I'm guessing it's going to be this here coming to light and being illuminated, with this being in the past. There being no more secrets. The veil being lifted. What's before this energy? 9 of Rods. And so here, there are going to be 6 rods here, and then 3 rods here. This 6 energy, I feel this is a reflective energy possibly here. Something's coming into completion. With the sad looking energy, I do get this also being about I see masculine energy here, kind of looking at this association connected to the fire of the 6, where I got that 6 being karmic energy, but then it also being a contractual energy associated with that Queen of Wand energy. So seeing the truth of this and how it's completely sexual related. There being no love in a situation here. And then the 3 of Wands here will be a waiting energy. So we do see more of a focus of that masculine energy. Not only here, but also here too. And having their back to this 3 of Wands of waiting energy, where I get this being the High Priestess. And then we also see more of the hair, the head covering, the covering up of the chakras here. I almost get like being blocked. And then love being on top here with Libra energy, but I get it being more of a 3D Libra energy rather than it being about love. Because there's a lot underneath here. I see brown energy, that being Virgo energy. And then with this tan energy, I feel like it may be a fading energy. Like someone may be feeling like with their choice that they made, like they're dying. Or being drained. I'm getting drained. Where that attachment energy, maybe succubus energy here too. So let's see what the attitude is connected to this. 2 of Rods. And this was in reverse. This actually came through as a message of an Empress energy in the middle of 2. This may be that same person, but this is going to be upright. This reading honors upright energies, but I do feel that this is about someone, and the pink energy I see here may be feeling like they're offering love, but it's not actually love. And that being how they attracted this energy here with the sexual energy here being associated. And so what had been picked up before is offering love to someone else rather than who's deserving of it, who should be getting that actual love. And this actually being a realization about love, possibly that reflection energy, and that this is actually not love, but it's more chakra, lower chakra related. And manipulated also too is what I'm getting. So love spells I'm also getting coming through, and it being about violating others' free will, maybe putting name to it or being specific about a specific person, and that being the violation of free will. Let's see what the environmental energy is. Whoa. Tower. So the surrounding energy for this, I do feel it may be connected to the veil being lifted, there being some illumination about the truth. This could be a tower effect taking place due to the High Priestess energy, and secrets being behind illumination connected to a love situation was actually being seen. Where there may be, and I got this before with this Tower card, and specifically with sexual energy being in the middle of two large waves here, where I get that water being connected to actual love itself, and this tower being more about sex. And this tower energy will be, towers are about foundations that are coming down that have been built on lies or certain perspectives, beliefs. That could also be the Hierophant energy coming through. More 3D based. And then the Tower card is going to be a card of 16, which creates a 7, and that 7 being associated with balance, but then also Libra energy, where the pink energy will be associated there. As I say that, I see this pink energy for the Hierophant energy that I got here, just like it's like masked or like kept from actually touching the heart chakra. It's behind this person, and so that trail here I see also being connected to the High Priestess here. And then we even had a little bit of that here and then here, putting behind them like who is actually the true love energy. And so that could be that Tower and that discovery of this. Let's see what the hope is. Seven of Pentacles. That an investment is going to pay off. But with the 7 energy and then just seeing the triangles that are surrounding what's leading up to the third eye energy, I get this being about the investment connected to this feminine here. Maybe hoping that it wasn't a bad choice, but I feel like with this Tower here, it's becoming more evident. And then I just see this pink energy being the same energy associated with the masculine here. Giving their love away, or maybe hoping that they don't get their feelings hurt. I feel like this masculine has probably invested a lot in a lot of shitty people and shitty relationships. And this just being about learning about self-love and the journey in itself, connected to the lower chakras and healing from all of that. Connected to past lifetimes, 3D karmic cycles. And then the true twin with the Swan association being here. So maybe looking for the right one and not necessarily finding it. It being completely material based and manipulated. They may have been breadcrumbed. I feel it's going to be similar energy for the feminine, but this being more about the masculine and what they've dealt with. Being breadcrumb, where I see 6 Pentacles, and then dealing with people who are very materialistic. So hoping that you're treated right is also what I get for that masculine energy. And not taken for granted. But in that card, there's a lot of feminine energy that is getting away, where I see circle energy. I feel it's shifting away from like balance energy. 3 of Pentacles energy I even see there too. So maybe one even speaking on this and then just continuing to get disappointed and it being more sexually related. True feelings and love being taken for granted, but someone needing to learn how to love themselves before they can be in an actual true love connection. Pentacles is going to be Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then 7s will be your energy of Libra there. So a lot of you, this could be you as masculines, and this reading applying to you when it comes to a choosy lover. Ooh, that might be the title actually. Because blessed and highly favored. I do get that coming through here with a Hierophant and a High Priestess connection. But I also see this about a Libra masculine who is learning about the choices that they've made, maybe seeing a lot of the truth, and then seeing a lot of the truth. There's some major reflection here associated, because all of these cards look the same. And all having to do with offers that are not love-based. There's no cups in any of those cards. And the High Priestess is nothing but cups. That's going to be a strong Cancerian energy of water. Even that Moon energy, I do get that being a lot of the feminine energy. If you're a Libra Moon, that's going to be associated with you in the High Priestess energy. I see very similar look. I've gotten this card too with the Moon energy of someone actually seeing their destiny and their stars. Maybe feeling disappointed because that hasn't come through yet, and the truth is very clear. It's becoming even more clear here too, I feel, with this reading. So let's see what your outcome is. Alright, we have the Wheel. So this being about things beginning to turn in your favor. Or turn in the favor of what's meant, what's destined. I do see a foundational energy of pink and Libra. So maybe in learning lessons connected to self-love. Looking and searching. Realizing that the love comes from within. And when you have that, the truth becomes even more clear right there in your face. So I also see that too as a part of this wheel here. This also being about what's been connected to that strong fire and sexual energy association. And I even get that veil energy being about this high priestess being in the knowing of what's happening here too, or what's been happening, and that being a part of the facial expression there too. But this being universal support that's coming through, I get also a Kundalini energy of two soulmates and partnership, and then abundance also being here as well. Universal support, and then Saturn being connected with the 10th house energy of Capricorn. Capricorns have had a very strong spiritual love energy, soulmate connection also too for a lot of their readings, where it's about the king and queen of pentacles. And that's going to be polarity energy, actually, the Capricorn energy to the Cancerian energy here in the High Priestess. So the fortune, seeing where the true fortune lies. So I get that being also too about love, with the polarity energy of Capricorn being connected to the Cancerian energy. And then even the Ten of Cups with the wheel energy, I'm also getting the Ten of Pentacles. So this looks like a promising and beautiful ending for change for the better, with some reflection, with illumination, and seeing the truth of a situation. Tower bringing down what hasn't been true. Wheel spinning on what is true is what I get there. Let's get your major arcana. Balance being restored overall. That 7 energy is very important for you. That wanted to come through, especially with the Tower energy here. And with that association with the High Priestess and the environmental energy, I do get that applying as a part of a scale energy connected to your energy, and then also the overall energy of a partnership and a soulmate connection, with the truth being seen of a third party. One card for Libra Moon. And I'm going to take that. We'll see what's on the bottom in a second here. I'm even getting to, with that coming over the moon and the King of Rods, it's speaking to what's been overcome connected to this High Priestess. And also what's being illuminated, where they may have been judged for being double energy. Capricorn energy, this will be a card of Capricorn, and then the true light of that Capricorn energy associated with the polarity energy of the Cancerian energy of the High Priestess. So maybe being judged for being devil energy, toxic energy, because they're a High Priestess, and this being completely misunderstood, maybe even gossiped about as something negative. And then with time, just more of the truth coming through. It could even be the High Priestess manifesting true love in their life, and this creating the change that's taking place here, and things turning in favor for the better here overall. We do have the Tower card here in the upright, which will speak to why this devil energy is in the reversal here too, and why I've been guided to keep this. This is a card of 15. The Tower comes after the devil, so that also speaks to overcoming toxic and devil energy here. And so I also get, with the King of Rod and the different association that I got connected to the High Priestess, as also being what they have put beneath them, being associated with overcoming toxic energy, where it's going to be associated with this King of Rod here too. And then the Five of Rod will speak to that too, where that's kind of being touched on a little bit by this overturned devil energy of toxicity. Feeling chained and bound, held, obsessions, the manipulation, toxicity, all of that associated, overcome. Illumination also here too. It's been quite a saying the last few days, maybe even the past week or so, that the devil does not like the sun. That actually came through for the Cancer reading. So, and the sun is shining all on this here too. So with illumination, again, better change for the better is now coming through. Love actually wanting to come through here too. Fairness, I get the 7 association with you all. And then what's been kept secret. And this also too, I feel, for the feminines, where I got this being reflective for self-love for the masculine, but that can also, I feel it applies to the feminine here too. Where each energy, like I'm getting, something meant to come together, people are looking sad and not happy in connections. And also too, I want to mention I got in action with this Two of Rod reversal that came through in the reading that I did a few days ago. Maybe it was sometime last week, where there's inaction because someone was offering what they were being given by the high priestess and giving this to someone else, and it being draining for everybody involved. And the patterns are beginning to be seen. Again, there's great change for the better here with the two major arcana supportive energies here for all of this here. On the bottom, we have the Hierophant reverse. So I get this being about a contract being over. And there being also too lack of commitment, disloyalty, not honoring something here too. But with the overturning here, with the Devil Association and seeing this here, I do feel that being connected to overcoming a contract ending, certain beliefs going out the window when one has made a choice, realizing there's no love. So when you do different, you get different. And I feel this is the change, the catalyst energy that's kind of taking place here, especially with the Tower there. Reversal 5 too will also speak to what's here with that 5 rod that's crowning this overall energy here. Let's get your final card for Libra Moon. I do get the energy of justice. Also too with the 6 and the 2, where justice will sometimes be an energy of 8 in the major arcana. And then with that cup on top of that, overall 9 energy will speak to completion. Even the energy here with the 9 moving towards the 10. We have the 10 as your outcome. So that's speaking to endings and new beginnings. Libra Moon. As I say that, I noticed the sun just completely shined a little bit brighter. Alright, so we have that in reverse. And I feel that kind of speaks to the imbalance that's been taking place, where there's been no love on both sides for both the masculine and the feminine that are here in this reading. Where masculine has made a choice of a more toxic connection, and in doing so, it's just illuminating more truth, so that balance can be restored and reflection can be made. This all being for the betterment, connected to self-love, and then learning about love, what love is, and how to give love and receive love. And finding where the true love exists. So that overall energy will kind of speak to why this wheel is here. Why we have the melancholy looks and the longing feeling, longing for love, because this is all fire and material based. Even more fire there got associated, and that did kind of come through with that Queen of Wands energy. So for the Libra energy, we have We Pretty, So Everything. Color for Libra is going to be pink. A lot of that came through connected to the masculine. And then for Libra here it says, balance is key, next is beauty. In all, we see both sides of law, doing what's fair, giving life flair. Energy of 7 will be you here. So beautiful energy. Again, I feel that reversal is going to speak to this overall energy, even the overcoming and what I had mentioned about that Queen of Wands, possibly pretending, and that being double energy too, to be a high priestess when they're not. And that imbalance being associated with what's here, and then also this King of Rod here too, where I got this being more applicable to the high priestess, the Queen of Rod being applicable to the Hierophant of a soul connection. On the bottom, we have balsamic. So Scorpio energy is also coming through significantly here, and this is in reverse. And I feel this is almost like an attempt to sabotage or to try to block or to try to stop something. But the universe is coming through to make sure that that is no longer. So with balsamic energy, it will be compost, dormancy, dreamtime, prayer, integrating, allowing, nourishing, dissolving, and aspiring. So this being about that newness. I also get that just going back to the devil energy and the reverse hierophant energy. And this being overcome. So I'm going to leave these in reverse, that kind of speaking to what's being overcome here. And Libra moons, this completes your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.